P1. Lloyd is making some good gains already. Pindalia in second. Watt in third. Bartek in the nice stripy Lynx Africa livery. Marusu in P5, getting the toe from Bartek, but Bartek, straight line speed of Bartek's car is absolutely rapid compared to Watt, and Watt was in the slip. So everyone just needs to keep their car going, try and keep within the car in front, the toe in front. Marusu in P5, Coulson in P6, and Oz is gone off, but has managed to keep it going. So no safety car for that quite yet. So here is our race leader, Pindalia, trying to catch onto the back. But again, these two drivers just need to finish, and they'll most likely be P1 and 2 at the end of the race. Watt is not going into the slip of Bartek. Marusu is disconnected from the server, sadly, so that's a DNF there. But Iwatts dive down the inside. Great move by Watt to get through on Bartek. Coulson is sadly just slipping out of the toe. Oz is still going, but into the wall. Definitely some significant damage. Fast lap of the race goes to Huey. And Watt moves into third position with Watt and Bartek having a nice little tussle here. I'm just watching the splits of the drivers in front, and they seem to be just casually taking their time. Pindalia is definitely getting closer to Lloyd. As Bartek moves up into P3. But I think Huey's playing the smart game and just sitting behind. Now these two are working together quite well to try and keep up with the cars in front. Bartek got a terrible exit out of the last corner there, as Lloyd has just set the fastest lap of the race. Button correctly, so I'll do that after the stream today. Ready for today's 2-hour endurance race on the Assetto Corsa competition unit. Just keeping an eye on the driver sitting in third. I think Bartek is just letting Watt have the position, seeing if they can close the gap down any more, but it's already 2 seconds. Oz is left, sadly, so that's another DNF, so we're down to 5 drivers. Right on the rear end of Lloyd, getting the fastest lap of the race so far with 51.199. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My mic is actually working today, which is rather nice. I'm That's and you're here on Pretty Ninja Racing YouTube channel to witness round 7 of the Ultimate Sim Racer series that we host. Our aim? To find the Ultimate Sim Racer within PNR. This is season 2 that we have done this now. First time we're doing this on Assetto Corsa competition unit. So I'm just going to turn on a light because I forgot to, and doesn't make any difference. Not really. That being said, so today in round 7 we are in the V8 Supercars around Albert Park, as you can see to my right, and effectively the driver that we're watching right now, Lloyd, I'm expecting to put in a mega performance because these cars are pretty much right up his street. Bit understeery, but then oversteery depending on power and so on and so forth. So hopefully there'll be a good race on our hands, and hopefully Rabimus will be able to also get in, who was quite a lot faster than all the other drivers. So I'm intrigued to see. Plus, I absolutely love V8. Super V8 cars are just... that's such a good recipe for motor racing, really. You got a lot of power going to a real-world drive saloon. Not necessarily the most stable car in the world. No ABS, no traction control. It's just you and the mechanical driving. what's not to love? I mean, it's just so good. But I am intrigued to see who does what sort of times. We're currently in free practice. There's no qualifying in the Ultimate Sim Racer series. And I'm glad that I've done that because I just wanted to see where I needed to put. There. Lovely stuff. So yeah, you will see the mouse because it's just the easiest way of keeping an eye on who's doing what. I believe 66 is going to be the first one over, or Coulson might be the first one over the line. Sinton has managed to get in, so that's good. I'm intrigued to see how raggedy he's going to make it. Lloyd, Toriko is also coming through. And if you're in chat, feel free to say hello. It's going to be a very good race tonight, I think. It's going to be a very good race. In the meantime, let me just see what our current standings are like. So here we are. Apologies, I should have got this ready beforehand, but Pindalia is not racing tonight, and he's currently on top of the table. If I just whack the table just here so you guys can see it. So Pindalia not on top of the table right now. Skyring is in second and is in this race today, so regardless of where he finishes, he will go top. However, Lloyd could leapfrog the two ahead if he wins the race. Rabimus, if he wins the race, will get a hefty amount of points because he's in a battle for P4 with 66 and maybe even P3. Mark Coulson is also in tonight, so we should be able to make some ground on Sobek. And we have a new driver tonight in the form of Toriko, who hasn't yet got any points on the board. So, anyone wants to play for, really? John, Connor, how are you doing, my guy? I'm doing very well, thank you, mate. I'm doing very well. The new job's going well. You know, life's going pretty well, to be fair. Could always do with earning a little bit more money, but otherwise, all is well. How about yourself, my guy? So we can see 66 has got a 155, Lloyd's a 158, Lemmy it's a 201, Skyring coming over the time in line with a 56.8. Coulson has spun it on the last corner, which is easily done in these cars if you don't quite look after them. Toriko is about to come over the timing line, so Rabimus is staying in the pits. Toriko locks up a little bit there. Things are good. Glad to hear it, my guy. I need to catch up with you, to be fair, mate, because I might need to ask a favour of Yao. If you want to do it, that is. But obviously, you're welcome to say no. It's fine. But effectively, we'll see what happens here. So it's a 25-minute race, no qualifying. Basically, what happens in practice. Oh, and Toriko's gone. Just dropping it down too many gears there, by the sounds of it. Expecting Lloyd to be a bit better. These cars sound fantastic as well. I love them. They sound so good. Well, in the first Saturday of November, so I don't know if you'll play rugby on Saturdays, or you're probably working, to be fair. We need a steward, my guy, for a 3-hour race that we're hosting. We need a steward. So it's just someone to take complaints and check it out and apply penalties if need be. Now the last endurance one that we did, 2-hour one, there wasn't one penalty that needed to be given out. So I don't know what it's going to be like, but it's our first one on AC at Daytona in hypercars and GT3s. And I'm driving for a change. But it's entirely up to you, my guy. It is on a Saturday now, during the afternoon. Away we go. Is Lloyd going to get any improvements? I'm expecting some good things from Lloyd. Boys have clearly been putting in a lot of practice because they're lapping quicker than what I would be. And that's for sure. That's quite the runoff. Don't have any planned shifts. So it'll start at 1 in the afternoon, my guy. And it'll probably finish around about 4 or 5 o'clock. Skyring on a flyer. Coming up to the... Oh, that's him gone. And I got a funny feeling that's something that we could be seeing throughout the race, you know? His car's just losing it under braking because these cars are very hard to get stopped. And at the end of the day, in the Ultimate Sim Racer, we are looking to put pressure on people to make things difficult. But I believe Rabimus in free practice got around the 156 mark, so we'll see what's what. Sounds good to you. So yeah, it'd be good to get you back in it somehow, bud. It would be good, whether you want to drive or not, or you want to do a bit of stewarding and things like that. It would be good to get you back involved for sure. You are missed, certainly by me and Jamski. Whee! Collie's got in too low a gear. It's in too low a gear. He just needs to pop it up one, just to control the wheel spin. But the roaring sound into T1 is going to be so good. I can't wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, how many cars are going to go off from T1? That's our question for tonight. How many cars are going off at T1? How many cars are going off at T1? I haven't touched the wheel in a while. It's good to have a break from it, mate. I'm not gonna lie, like I've barely done any driving since Sebi was born. So that's good 4 months. Like on and off really. Mainly been commentary and doing this sort of thing, which I really enjoy, to be fair. It is quite fun. It is rather fun. So, we will keep an eye on Jay Skyring, who sits in P2 and has the inside of T1. These cars are quite hard to get off the line, but I think Jamski in the black V8 back there in P3. Oh no, who's in the black V8? That's Lemmy. Lemmy's in the black V8. So it's actually Lloyd behind P1 that I have a funny feeling might get an okay start, you know. It's one of those cars where he just has an uncanny knack to do it, but when a car is actually, you know, meant to be pretty decent to get off the line, you can't do it. So here we go. 20 minutes of Super V8s around Albert Park. Let's go. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights, 6 lights. And off we pop for round 7. Everybody will spin in to try and get the power down. Lloyd, not so much of a great start actually, as they all come down into T1. 66 is going in hot and he's losing it. And he managed, I don't know how he's managed to keep hold of that, but 66 is still in P1. Skyring is just about holding P2. Lloyd is just about holding P3. Now the battle for P4 is on. Lettermy was looking down the inside of Torrico. But they're all bunched up. But they all survived so far. They've all survived so far. Not bad at all. Did buy all the DLCs for Stellaris. I hadn't had a chance to play Stellaris, man. I just haven't had time. It's literally been a case of put Sebby to bed, run to the shed, get the PC on, do a bit of commentary, speak to the boys, go to bed. That's literally what my life has been like. But it's been alright, it's been fun. And Skyring is going to try and put some pressure on early on to 66. And I think that's what needs to be done. And in the background there, the battle for P5, Sinton has managed to get his way through. Which is whether Sinton's nice and warmed up enough, nice and loosey-goosey, to get some gains made. Coulson and Lemmy in the back, trying to battle it on. And everyone, so far, has made it through safe and sound. Now the battle for P1 is not doing too badly here. Oh, and we can see in P4, Torrico has a bit of a run wide, but Sinton can't capitalise on it. Hard on the brakes. Into the most awkward complex. Oh, and someone's off. Skyring's off. Skyring from P2 has spun it. Oh dear. And he needs to get the car back up and running. Now Skyring just needs to keep it going. There's only 17 minutes, but what that would have been probably is from the shift from braking to acceleration. It's just very hard to do. Now Sinton's up to P4. 1.2 seconds behind Torrico and P3. Lloyd, of course, 66 is on P1. Of course. I don't know how, but 66 just seems to be able to get in a car and figure out. He's a bit like Bo Dixon in that way. But hopefully Lloyd can put a bit of pressure on 66. If Lloyd can get some very good points, especially if Skyring's dropped a load of points, if Lloyd can gain some, he might be able to get on top of the championship going into the final 2 rounds, or into the final round even at Le Mans in the hypercars. So we'll see what happens then. Sinton's moved into P3, managed to get by Torrico. So Rabbit is just about getting into his groove now. Lemmy is also possibly looking to capitalise on Torrico. Skyring has already made a second back down in P7, but whether that can actually acclimatise to anything is something else again. But good drive from Sinton at the back of the grid. Now, guys, like, in chat, I don't know how it sounds on YouTube, but I would have this at full blast. Because we're about to go on board with 66, okay? Ah, wrong camera. There it is. So we're now on board, and Lloyd is just at the fastest lap of the race. 1:57. Torrico's just moved back into P3, and Sinton has just caught it back, so clearly these two have a nice little tussle. Skyring has got past Lemmy, who must have made an error. But there is a good little battle for P3, but these cars just, I love V8s. Super V8s are just so good. But it looks like the battle for P3 is still on, and Coulson, oh, he's spun it in the background. That's such a shame. Again, these cars, if you're not in the right gear, not like the original cars, but okay for AC. It's okay for AC, I would agree. But Sinton has dropped Torrico. Completely dropped him. So whether Sinton can find some pace somewhere. But Lloyd needs to somehow, in the next 15 minutes, put some pressure under 66. Use the accelerator to help the rotation. Oh, look at this squirrel under pressure. Pressure trying to get the power through the rear wheels. I think there's about 460 horses in these vehicles. There or thereabouts. Maybe close to 600 actually, I'm not entirely sure. What a great combo this is. I would do a Super V8 League, but I just know no one would do it because they don't have the bottle. They don't have the bottle to do it. And Skyring's managed to get its way up to P5, obviously with Coulson spinning. 66 having a little bit of a wobble there. Trying to get the power down, but 66 seems to have got that car dialed into his tasting quite quickly. And the silly thing is, I bet Jamsky hasn't really done anything with his car. And Skyring has managed to get by Torrico. He's having to go defensive. He's kind of close to gap on the braking. It's a bit slow coming out, so can Torrico climb back through the slip? A lot of pace carried through there, makes it really slow for the right-hander. Yeah, you really need to get slowed up for that left-hander to get more exit speed. No, the right-hander. And sadly, because of that, he's lost about 3 seconds. Now Lloyd has got the gap down to 2/10, so 66 must have had a bit of an error. And this is close to 66's bumper we've been since the start of the race. And then off the pace a little bit there, Lloyd. Should have been aggressive, in my opinion. There's only 11 minutes left, and that's why you should have been aggressive, because you just don't know when there's going to be a slight slip. Sinton making his PB. 159. Coulson's getting past Lettermy. Lettermy, I think, might be struggling. Coulson and Lettermy might have a little bit of front splitter damage. But I feel like Lloyd should have just gone for a cheeky dive down into T1. The gap is 13 seconds behind him, so plenty of time. A little bit jittery there, sorry about that, I'm not quite sure why. Frames are good enough, so I'm not quite sure why we're getting a couple of skips there. But Lloyd just needs to keep the pressure on 66. You can hear how early 66 is getting on the power through that chicane section. He's a little bit slower coming out of the chicanes. He's tiny, but he is a little bit slower, a little bit tentative. But it does look like Lloyd has got this section completely figured out now. Oh, that was some heavy braking there. You could just see the car's nose just completely dip in. Oh, well handled by Lloyd, but that's going to be really costly. 10 minutes left to go. 66 is just in a PB, but I don't think it's the fastest lap of the race so far. And Skyring in P4. There's Rabamus just coming past camera now. It's 2 seconds a lap quicker than Sinton. So a move's probably going to happen this lap. So we come into the stadium complex, hard on the brakes, 90-degree right-hander. Oh, into the car park, and Rabimus is lining up the rear axle. Can you believe that they drive these cars for 1,000 kilometers around Bathurst? Absolute hella talent. Oh, and Rabimus has gone wide. And that's going to allow Skyring to get through. So Skyring up to P3. Which, to be fair, will put him at the top of the championship at the end of this race if he can keep it there. Mayor in chat says a 157.164 is the current best by Skyring. To be fair, he is flying right now. That doesn't look like a Super V8. It doesn't look squirrely. It's massively under control. As he outbrakes himself right here. Commentator's curse didn't kick in that time. Lloyd has dropped the gap to 4 seconds, so I think he's making a few errors here. Yeah, it's now down to 6. So I think there must be a couple of little errors coming in now. These cars make you work for it. And it's all about confidence in yourself, really, with these cars. Confidence that if it does go a little bit sideways, you can control the flow of the car, get it back under you, get the power down. I mean, the gap is 10 seconds. 8 seconds, so it's already... Oh no, sorry. Yeah, it's still 10 seconds to Skyring, sorry. So not too bad at all. The rest of the field have kind of spread themselves out a little bit. I wish a modder would do the 2023 Super V8 cars. They look so much fun. Very nice. As we'll check out the race leader 66, who has had this race in control pretty much the whole way through. Sadly, all the gaps are quite nicely spread, which makes it a little bit tricky to keep it entertaining. From a vocal point of view, 66 is pretty much just carrying this to the line now. You can see how 66 isn't smashing through the gears, which a lot of the other drivers are doing, and it just really unsettles the car. The short shifted at the right time. Lemmy's got a drive through for cutting. Not quite sure where. Oh, a bit of a lock up there for Lemmy. He's not feeling the best at the moment as well, bless him. So he's probably not having the best of time right now. Coulson is off ahead. So Lemmy might be able to capitalise on this. Lemmy's managed to get by. Coulson just needs to bring it home. And 59.55 for Lloyd. Skyring doing 2 minutes, so clearly the drivers are a little bit more relaxed now. Tyres might be going a little bit. Oh, and Coulson's through because Lemmy is off the circuit. So it's just the braking points for a few of the drivers. Just braking a bit too late. Sinton from P7 to P4. Skyring with a massive recovery drive. He'll be kicking himself though, because I've got a funny feeling that if he did manage to keep on the circuit, he would have really piled the pressure onto 66. And it does sound like Lloyd had a little bit of a moment there as well. There, drive through has been taken. See the cars twitching for Lloyd, so the tyres must be burning out. They are on the super soft, so I would imagine they don't last for that long, maybe 12 laps maximum. They're on lap 8. So I'd imagine that they are going off a little bit. I think if someone used a soft tyre, they'd be giggling right now. As our race leader comes around the final corner. With 2 minutes 4 left on the clock. And Coulson spun it. But going again. Good show, Coulson. Good show. But yep, 66 will get over the line and there'll be another lap. If he continues at the same pace. He needs to slow down by 4 seconds to get this race finished early. Pardon me. And 66, to be fair to him, he's had pretty much full control over this race. Skyring is only 3 seconds behind Lloyd now, but I doubt he'll be able to make anything of it unless Lloyd has a mistake. So there is Jay Sky in the background, and if there is one more lap and there is Lloyd making a mistake, we're just going to bring Jay Sky right back in it. 1.7 seconds, 1.6 seconds, 1.5 seconds. There is not a lot in it at all. Great recovery drive from Skyring. And then the question is, where is 66? But we don't really want to lose our eyes on what's going to happen between these two for P2. Some healthy points here. Oh, and Lloyd misses the apex. And Skyring has got it down under a second now and over the timing line. 66 is going to go, so we're going to have one more lap. And Lloyd is going to have to defend on pretty much dead tyres. So here we go, the battle for P2 is on. Can Lloyd fend off Skyring? Skyring has a little cheeky look to try and put off Lloyd. Not worked. How wide can that Super V8 be? Hard in the brakes coming into the stadium section. Skyring is super close to Lloyd. Tries to go around the outside. Lloyd doesn't give him the room. Cheekily directs him towards off traffic. Skyring didn't really have the corner anyway. So can Skyring get the move done? Indeed, this is a weekly event. Next week is the final round, and it's the Hypercars at Le Mans. And Skyring needs to find a way past this defensive warrior that is Lloyd. You can see them taking a line through. I think Lloyd has randomly found a little bit of confidence coming into the last lap. Now it's this corner here. Lloyd has not really hit the apex each time we've watched him. A little bit of a lock-up, but this time he gets the corner nailed. Hugely important. 3 corners remaining. And our race leader is going to cross over the finish line to take the victory. Lloyd is a little bit wide, second to last corner. He's trying his best to keep on top. Is it going to be a drag race to the line? I think it might well be a drag race to the line. Skyring's got a great exit. Lloyd is doing whatever he can to make sure he holds P2. And over the timing line, and Lloyd does take it by 900ths of a second. Sinton takes P4. Torrico, great effort. He's going to be taking P5. What a race. There was a bit of a lull in the middle, but that ending between Lloyd and Skyring was absolutely wonderful. Lovely. Love seeing stuff like that. Well done, Torrico. And over the line they come to take P5. Good haul of points there. Coulson, currently P6, will be P6. As long as he doesn't write off the car in the last 2 corners. Which he won't. That's a bit better. Bit better gear shifting there. And over the line, Coulson comes to take P6. Lemmy having it off. But next week in the Ultimate Sim Racer, I will show you, we are in the Hypercars at Le Mans. And I believe, if I said it right, it's a nighttime race. And it's a 40-minute special. So make sure you're part of the Pretty Ninja Discord, !Pretty, or check out the links in the description of this video. And get yourselves signed up. And you can only sign up through our Discord because we've got a wee little password on there. And the only way to find that out by being part of our Discord. So 66 takes the race win. Takes to 25 points. And makes some massive gains. Lloyd is trying to destroy his tyres. Coulson was trying to destroy his tyres. So is Lettermy. Trying to blow them up, but it's not quite happening for him. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very good race, I would say. And, oh, I didn't mean to bring it over to this one because that's not right anymore. So I'm just going to quickly change it. Should have done this earlier, really. But I've just not had time. This is what happens when you get a 4-month-old baby. Here it is. Here's the puppy. 3 hours of Daytona in Hypercars and GT3s via WSS. Sign-ups are open now. You do have to do a minimum of 7 laps and hit a qualifying time to participate in this event. It's our very first endurance on AC. So you want to make sure you get signed up today. Links can be found in our Discord. If you're not part of our Discord, make sure you type in !Pretty and you'll be able to join and check out the links in the description below, or manually search Pretty Ninja with a space in the WSS website, and you will see all of our events over the next few weeks showing up then. The BMW is so ugly. I think it's gorgeous. That picture's not very flattering. It's like a scrawling pig, but it's the quickest one out of the lot. Quickest one out of the lot, without a shadow of a doubt. So there we go. There we go. Right. I'm going to say yes to the points, to the race results. Results. Still going. Jay Skyring and D get the fastest lap of the race. To be fair, Jamski was only not even 1/10 off, 0.04 of a second off from getting the fastest lap of the race. And 66, those three could have had a hell of a battle, I tell you. It's German. Yeah, it's not necessarily pretty, but it's, you know, it's gonna work. You know it's gonna be absolutely fine. So the last one is Circuit de la Sarthe, aka Le Mans, at night, and I believe it's a 40-minute special, but I'm just waiting for, just waiting for things to approve. There we go. There's no penalties to be given. So let's take a look at the standings. Ooh, all to play for going into the last round, and I kid you not, Jay Skyring currently tops the leaderboard with 96 points. Lloyd has now got 88, and Pindolia has got 85. But Pindolia is not going to be able to participate. So our current Ultimate Sim Racing champion will not be the Ultimate Sim Racing champion in Season 2. Rabimus moves into P5 in our leaderboard. 66, sorry, I've missed, is in P4 on 83 points. The reality is 66 could still win this depending on how many people sign up and what place Jay Skyring finishes in the race. So the more members there are, the more interesting this finale is going to be. Coulson moves up into P7 with 41 points. Torrico moves into P15 just by participating in one race. So this is where you could just do one race, get 25 points, and end up finishing in the top 10, because it's all about consistency in this championship. Because you can see not all drivers have done 7 races, and if they had, guess where they'd be? They'd be at the top of the leaderboard. Who else have we got? Letamy is down in P18 with 6 points after being able to attend his first race. Bless, he's not feeling great as far as I'm aware. I know he's in chat right now, but he's not feeling particularly great. And he's done pretty well, to be fair. And effectively, that is it for tonight's stream. So let me just have a quick look at the calendar just to make sure that I have got what I said right about the next event. So the next event is on Wednesday the 18th of October, the finale of the Ultimate Sim Racing series. It is indeed a 40-minute race next Wednesday. Only 10 minutes practice, no qualifying. All of the hypercars are there ready. The password will be going into our Discord very soon. So like I said, !pretty, or check out the link in the description below to get signed up. I am going to be putting some nerfs, some BOP stuff on these cars, because the BMW and the Ferrari will just walk away because they got the highest top end speed, as well as the Toyota, to be fair. It's got really good top end speed. So I will try and bring it down a little bit, down to earth. But it is starting at 7 PM and it's got ×5 on it. So realistically, it's just going to take you through the night, and you'll wake up, you'll finish at dawn. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Again, we also have our 3 hours of Daytona endurance race. I am we'll try and get an advert together with Let Me at some point soon. Make sure you get signed up for that one. In fact, I'll quickly show you it right now. What you need to do to get in. And oh, wrong one. Sorry. Here we go. So the PNR 3 hours of Daytona. You have all of these lovely vehicles to choose from. Apparently, myself and Jamski are driving the GTR. We won't be. We'll be going for the Z4. I think in the end, because it's just a little bit more stable. And we like stable. It starts at 1 p.m. BST GMT, effectively. And it's got a 15-minute practice, 15-minute quali, and a 3-hour race. That might change. The practice and the qualifying sessions might be a little bit longer depending on numbers. Because we have quite a few. I like the idea of what WSS did for one of their events where they did half and half, which was quite nice. So the GT3s had a clear track and the hypercars had a clear track for qualifying. So that's something that we might be looking into. And practice time probably needs to be a little bit longer just for all of the teams to get loaded in. But yeah, there we go. Hello, Huey. How are you doing? Why no race? Why no race? Just send me the details for the favour whenever you get the chance, dude. I will, Connor. I will. And feel free to hop in the Discord whenever you see me in there. Don't be shy. And we'll get something done. Just got done plane scanning. Plenty scan. If anyone also like to donate to my back pocket so I can buy a green screen so I don't have this stupid weird like glow going on where you can see the wall back here, send it to andersbackpocket@gmail.com. Please don't do that, because that could actually legitimately be someone. But yeah, I could do it with a green screen and it needs to be cheap. I'm tempted to paint it. Maybe just paint it green. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, that's the topic for another discussion. I've been Nasser Anders. You've been watching Pretty Ninja Racing, the Ultimate Sim Racer, Round 7. And V8 will be here next week. Till then, bye!